Hello everybody. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Swiss Shield Naturell bed canopy. This is probably one of the top tier canopies that you can buy to protect yourself from radio waves and microwaves in your sleeping environment. This cost me approximately about $1,400. I bought it like 2.5 years ago, but I'm just now installing it. I've had it for about 5 weeks now, and you always need the proper amount of length from roof to ceiling because it is quite lengthy in the material itself. And then the other things that you need to mount it are going to cost you about $80 to $100 for the wooden dowels, the eye hooks, the drywall anchors, and make sure you don't cheap out on the drywall anchors. Get the proper ones, the ones that have the ones that come in the pack with the screws, the drywall anchors, and the proper drill size, so that you don't make the hole too big or too small and make too many holes in your ceiling. And then as far as temperature differences, there's not going to be really any difference between inside the canopy versus outside of the canopy. That's not from what I noticed. I even checked it with a digital thermometer to make sure that that was not the case. Also, I did see one other review on YouTube when I was looking 4 or 5 months ago, and he did use a RF, microwave reader with like a special antenna on top, but for some reason it only did measure up to 3.3 gigahertz, and to my understanding that doesn't really do us any good when we're evaluating the effectiveness of the shielding from radio waves and microwaves, because nowadays we have 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz is what Wi-Fi and devices run on inside the house. I have a device over here which is an Alexa device. I'm not sure, I don't think it runs on 5 gigahertz, but I'm pretty sure 2.4 is obviously the standard for most stuff. And even now with 4G LTE being like the foundation, 3G is not really a thing anymore. And I mean, it does exist, but it's for, I think, a very small percent of the population uses it for, I think, city communication, walkie-talkies, whatever it might be. But from what I understand, we have 4G LTE being like around the 6 gigahertz range, and even 5G low tier and mid tier run, I think, anywhere from like 12 to 15, 16 gigahertz. So there's a measurement called attenuation, which measures, I guess, how strong that signal is. And then overall, ease of installation wasn't too bad. For my case, since my house was built in the 60s, the roofs do slope down and slope up in different directions, so it is hard to measure exactly where this anchor is relative to the next one and then the one behind it, to make sure it's in a straight line. So when you're measuring and drilling, everything is as perfect as can be. Of course, the strings, or the zip ties in my case, help make up for those deviations in the measurements that I did use for my bedroom. And then what I want to show you guys is the levels right now. I'm in a suburban area, and this is the EMF Fields Acousticom 2. So it measures from 200 to 8 gigahertz, 200 megahertz to 8 gigahertz. And the readings currently are at 0.30 volts meter, and it spikes up to 1 volt per meter square. For instance, if you have a microwave on and you're about 15 feet, 10 to 15 feet from it, it'll spike at like 6 gigahertz, 6 volts per meter square, excuse me. So that's the noise that it's making now. My phone is off, by the way, but just to show you exactly what it is that we're dealing with. If you were to have your bed, in the middle of your room, it would be a lot easier, so you can see what I did there. I accidentally made the hole too large on that one. I had to drill a couple of times, and then I ended up patching it. So on this side of the bed, you can see that not much room, and it is harder to get things on there. But like I said earlier, if you had your bed in the middle of your room, that makes things a lot easier. The 3 sides are open, so you can get in and out, and then the back side here is completely closed off. So, and then inside the actual canopy, you can see here that it does droop down on both sides. If you were to open this all the way up, there would be enough room so that you wouldn't actually step on the canopy itself when you were getting in and out of it. So just something to keep in mind. This is a full bed, by the way, and this is a Thuma bed frame. And let me show you the measurements of what I have currently. So if we take a look here, so let me make sure this is completely draped over on both sides. Everything's closed off. So you can see where the values are. There's still a lot of noise in here, and not as good as I thought it was going to be, but it is 142% reduction if you do the math. So it is quite a bit of an improvement, but not what I thought it would be. This setup here this is that material that usually you see that's a lot cheaper, where it has the ring on top, and then it has a way to mount it directly to the center of your room, and then it drapes over on both sides. So this is the cheaper option, but what I did to make sure nothing comes in, this corner here will actually drape over where that light is sitting right now, and then it'll be encased on both sides so that, you know, there is no environmental radiation getting into your sleeping area. So you can see here, it actually starts to blink solid green, and that's when you know it's basically 0 levels of EMF. You can't even make a call even if you have your phone on, and it's not in airplane mode. You still can't make a call at all. And the way that I mounted this, you can see it kind of droops here. If you look on both sides, I made a slit on both ends, and there's bungee cord right about here and the bungee cord over there, draped to the bottom of the actual bed frame. That way this is not touching my face while I'm sleeping, and that's how I get my proper amount of sleep every night. So if you guys have any other questions and you like the content that you're seeing, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. And thanks so much for stopping by.